Suga Sean O'Malley just had a huge knockout victory over Aljamain Sterling. I would admit, I didn't think O'Malley was well-rounded enough in MMA to withstand Aljamain's wrestling skills, unorthodox movement, and creativity. But I am extremely happy to see textbook boxing being implemented at the highest level in the UFC. Suga Sean O'Malley with a beautiful step-back counter right hand over Aljamain's left hand. Aljamain reached, Aljamain paid. Beautiful boxing displayed by Suga Sean O'Malley. It really took me back to UFC 194 with Conor McGregor implementing the same textbook boxing technique. Step back left hand over the right hand from the southpaw stance. Congratulations to the new UFC bantamweight champion, Suga Sean O'Malley. All the flowers to him. But now let's get back to reality. O'Malley has called out Gervonta Tank Davis multiple times in the past.
And me versus Gervonta, if I keep winning, I'm the champ. I got to be the champ, potentially the double champ, and he's got to continue to win and be undefeated.
For me to box Gervonta, that's a massive fight someday. I'm telling you, me versus Gervonta, big boxing fight someday. It's gonna fucking happen.
And recently did again after his big knockout win over Aljamain Sterling.
I also wouldn't mind knocking out Gervonta Davis, and I know people are gonna go, oh, you want to be Conor. I'm telling you, that fight is gonna happen.
I want to make this clear. I do not knock Suga Sean O'Malley for wanting to get in the boxing ring and fight one of the best in boxing today. I support fighters using all their resources to make the most amount of money, whether it's in boxing or MMA. However, I'm also the first to speak the truth and let all the fans know Suga Sean O'Malley has nearly a 0% chance of defeating Tank Davis in a boxing match. I have said this in the past and I will say it again. The distance, pace, and pure fundamental of boxers are completely different. Gervonta Davis will not get caught reaching in like Aljamain Sterling did. I do believe Suga Sean truly believes he has a good chance of beating Gervonta Davis in the ring. And I'll explain why. Suga Sean knows he's a very tall 135-pounder with good long straight punches. And it so happens to be Tank is also at 135, but it's only 5'5". Suga Sean believes his height, reach, footwork, and lateral movements can force Gervonta to reach and open himself up for Suga Sean to counter. Suga Sean thinks he can keep his jab in Gervonta's face all night and keep him at distance. And in theory, that really does make a lot of sense. However, this is not an amateur we are talking about here. Tank has been boxing his whole life. Tank has also been the smaller, shorter man his whole life. In fact, I'd even go ahead and say he performs better against taller opponents. Gervonta, being a southpaw, has no problem slipping jabs from the taller opponent. Gervonta Davis has no problem giving up a few rounds in order to adapt and close the distance against taller opponents. Gervonta Davis can fight on his back foot, his front foot, and is a master at finding openings to counter and land big shots. Tank may be the shorter man, but he is an excellent boxer with great boxing skills, footwork, and explosive power. If I had to predict how this boxing match between Suga Sean and Tank Davis would go, I would expect Suga Sean O'Malley to come out using his defense, footwork, lateral movement, and a long jab to keep Gervonta at bay. I can see a reserved Gervonta Davis for the first round or two, looking for openings and mistakes being made by the UFC champion. Once in the mid to inside distance, I do not see Suga Sean having any answers for Gervonta Davis. I see Gervonta Davis countering a lot more effective than O'Malley despite the height difference. I can see Gervonta Davis breaking O'Malley down and possibly dropping him multiple times to a clear-cut victory for Gervonta Tank Davis. I do want to make this clear though. I know Suga Sean O'Malley has good boxing skills. He's one of the best boxers in the UFC, if not the best. However, Gervonta Davis truly has great boxing skills. There are levels to boxing, and Suga Sean O'Malley will be no match for Gervonta Tank Davis. The Boxing Genius, Andrew Garcia. Leave a like, comment, and please subscribe. Thank you all for watching.